Hello, today I'm going to provide a demonstration of Delphix masking in terms of masking data, tokenizing data, and then reversing that tokenized data to re-identify a particular field. Let me sign in and I'll show you where this is going to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the application, the Suite CRM. And it's going to have several ways of, it's going to have several masking jobs associated, but I'm going to specifically look at the break fix. So the break fix environment currently is unmasked, clear text. And I have several masking jobs running. I have a note in a structured that's using the unassigned national identifier rule set. So within that, I'm going to take a look at the rule set. And I'm going to find the unassigned national. I'm going to take a look at it. And it's going to show you that these are the three tables that I'm interested in masking. Within the inventory of that, if I find that same rule set, you'll see I have those three, and I'm masking. So I still want to mask the entire data set. These are irreversible, right? So I'm going to get that set. I'm going to show you that, and then I'm going to actually then go back and remask or set a new assignment for the tokenization, and that's going to be taking you from the beginning. But let's assume the entire database is masked except those key fields, because you don't want to reverse those. You only want one field to be able to go back. And there's many reasons why you would want to re-identify for business use cases. For the most part, operation-wise, for the developers, it's unnecessary. But if you're doing business-to-business file transfers, you're going to want to be able to make business decisions when those partners come back with some valid information for changing. So we look at the inventory, and the masked fields assigned to contacts are just these fields. So we're still getting all that private information. Contact CSM masked fields, we have some of this private information, but I've left the credit card unmasked at this time because I'm going to actually tokenize a credit card. I'm going to show you that I'm going to tokenize a credit card. That's the information that I want to then extract to a file of some sort so that work can be done, file can be sent off-site, whatever it might be. And then there's the need to, well, we need to re-identify it to make these edits that the customer has recommended or the partner has recommended. But in the same time, everything else is being masked. And then with the email addresses, what's being masked, probably email fields. So let's log into my Meacham application. I'll refresh. As you can see, everything is clear text. I'm going to run my masking job. All right, and I'm going to run this here against my break fix environment. And while that's running, I'll come back and I'll mask the notes. I mask notes separately for a different demonstration. So I'll finish this one once it's completed. So now job is completed. Jennifer Meacham became Rosina McCormack. Credit card information is still clear text. So let me run the notes just very quickly, just to show you that everything is masked except the credit card. So remember that. You want to mask everything that needs to stay masked. A separate job will build to tokenize and then re-identify. And that's completed. So let's take a quick review here. And we have the complete set masked. Right? So let's go then to Delphix Masking and let's build a new environment specifically for tokenizing the break fix environment. So then I would add an environment. It's going to be the Suite CRM application. Environment name is going to be Token Break Fix. And then I'm going to say its purpose is to tokenize and re-identify. So let's save that. So now I have a token break fix that I'm going to actually have a job run eventually. So now I have to go into this environment and set some connections. So I'm going to connect to that database. Right, that database is in this SQL server. Connection name is going to be breakfix. CRM app. The schema name is DBO. Database name is going to be the Suite CRM BRKFX. And it's going to be on 10.0.1.60. Don't worry about the instance name. There's only one instance there, 1433. Login ID is going to be Delphix. And then it's password. Test my connection. It works, and then I'm going to save that. Obviously, there's going to have some information you're going to need to know, what port, what server, those types of things that your application is running on. So now we have the break fix. Now we got to create that rule set. All right, so let's create a rule set based on that connector. And I call this token credit card. Okay, choose my break fix CRM. And it's going to give me all those accounts. But we know we're only interested in the contacts table. Let's go down here. So I'm going to go with the contacts, contact CSTM, and then I'm going to go to the email address. I just want to make them the same. Email addresses, and I'm going to save it. So then in that, my inventory, obviously I'm not interested in masking any of these. I want to keep those because I'm going to let the other job take care of those. But on my contact CSM, I'm going to create an algorithm of tokenization. So that I do have a names token. Tokenization field that I'm going to use. And then I'm going to choose that token. And I'm going to save that. I'm going to do the same for the second credit card that appears in that table. I'm going to give it the same tokenization. I want it the same because I want it to have the same output. So regardless of how I'm pulling that information, the output token will be the same. And I'll save that. Now remember with Delphix, when you use a token, you have to use that same, as you'll see when I create this job, you have to create the token and re-identify at the same job so that it knows which job used, because it's keeping track in its own master database what token it used. So now we have created no fields masked here. Only masking we're going to have, which is not really masking, but it's tokenization on this field information, and then nothing on address. Remember, we already just masked all those. We have a full job that masks the entire database. And we want to go back to that database and grab the key fields we're interested in re-identifying in the future. And let's take a look at what's in here. Probably nothing, hopefully. I'm just double checking my work. So nothing there. Let's go back to my overview in my environment, and let's build the masking job. So we're at token break fix. I'm going to tokenize first. And I'm going to give it token credit card. Just give it a name, type whatever you in there. You saw I had already run this for a practice run, but you'll see this what goes through. It's going to be in place. It is a database. The rule set, token credit card. And if there were multiple different ones, maybe we had a token for the credit card, maybe a token for the member ID. Pick which one you choose to use in your rule set. You would have had to build it out in the rule set. And then I'm just going to go ahead and save this job. Right. Now I'm going to have a job that re-identifies it. And I'm going to call this re-ID, the token credit card. And the rule set is, of course, token credit card. It's going to go back and find out those two, what has been tokenized, which are those two credit cards. And then it looks like we're fine there. Right, now we know we've masked. Right, here's the credit card. It's value right here. The 412 and then all these 8s and then 1881. Right. It's clear text. Supposedly was not masked. So let's go to this. Back to my masking job. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to run tokenize versus unlock. So it's kind of visual so you don't go backwards. And then it's going to run that job. It's going to take those records and it's going to give a token. And it succeeded. So I'll go into here. And I'm going to run that. See, now you have a credit card that's been tokenized. All your extracts and things that you want to send to your customer or your partner or business partner or whatever, customers even, if you're showing them some information, but you want the sensitive information masked, you're really only interested in one or two changes to the business value. So once they get that back, they'll have all this. Credit card will be part of the file you send them. And then when they come back with their changes, they're going to say, oh, edit this and that and change this and that, not knowing the professional or the private data, but only knowing that records that are associated with whatever credit card token they send you, you need to re-identify so you can make those changes on production. Right? So that's a use case that might be. So we've seen that it's tokenized. We also see the same credit card information wherever credit card information appears for this activity. Let's go back to our Delphix masking. Right? And let's go ahead and re-identify it. Right? This job is going to run. So again, you need to re-identify that information. And this works whether it's a database, whether it's a file. Very similar. You'd have your entire file. You'd mask everything but what's critical if you were using just files. And then you'd be able to re-identify that record in that file. This job has succeeded. And then if I were to refresh, you're back to that 412.888.181. So remember that when you're tokenizing a job so that you can reverse that information. Right? Let's go to my maskings. So keep in mind, my overview, you're going to have a full job that's going to mask the entire data set except the key fields that you want to tokenize. And then you're going to create a tokenize and re-identify environment specifically to those several fields that you might want to be able to have reversed. And then you're going to keep that very close at hand. It's not anything you're going to hand out to anybody to let them know what this token field equals this. This is something you want to keep secure, but in the instances you need to, that is available. And that's all I had. Thanks.